one. Well, a very pleasant good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, my name is Pastor Charles Williams, and I am the founder and the creator of the concept known and used all over the world today as the Amber Alert here in the United States of America, Amber Alert EU throughout all of Europe, and the Child Rescue Alert in other parts of the world. And this is this week's Amber Alerts, okay? We've started doing this to update all of our child safety advocates across the country and even around the world as to the latest status of cases and cases that have been resolved, and sharing with you what information that we may have concerning those particular cases. Before we get started, okay, I want to just remind everybody of the outstanding Amber Alerts right now. Right now, the outstanding Amber Alert for Summer Wells is still active. There has been no movement. There has been no status change in that particular alert. So please continue to share information about Summer Wells out of Tennessee. Also, there has been no status change in the Amber Alert for Dulce Alves. Dulce Alves out of New Jersey. Wow, out of New Jersey. This little girl was playing in the park after school one day while her mom was in the car on her phone. Mom was at the park, but she was in the car on the phone. She lets her daughter goes over and play on the playground. Somebody jacks her up from the playground. Somebody abducted her from the playground. And we haven't seen nor heard anything from Dulce Alves or anybody who may have, had her. We don't know. So that Amber Alert is still active. The case out of Tennessee with Summer Wells, family was out doing a family activity in the yard. Summer Wells says that she was going to go in the house to do something or whatever, and that's the last anybody has seen of Summer Wells. It's when she left the family to go into the house, and she never came out. Family did not find her in all of their searches. So if you see a flyer going around concerning Summer Wells, it is still active because she is still missing. Now let's get to this week's Amber Alerts. There was an Amber Alert early in the week for an infant by the name of Sawyer Phelps out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay, this just concluded on yesterday. For little Sawyer Phelps. The good news in this Amber Alert out of Salt Lake City, Utah, is that little Sawyer Phelps was recovered safely. The child was found with the suspect, okay, at the time that they were located. So we're grateful for that outcome. In fact, this is the picture here of Officer Griffin, I believe it is. Officer Griffin with the Salt Lake City Police Department. He was nurturing the child until paramedics could arrive. So that's a great feeling right there. It's always a good feeling whenever you're able to physically turn a child back over to its parents or to paramedics in this case. But once again, that Amber Alert out of Salt Lake City, Utah has concluded with the safe recovery of the infant child, Sawyer Phelps. He has been found, and he has been found safe. Listen, as I am talking here this afternoon, if you are an attorney and your expertise must include family law, we particularly need attorneys in family law. If you would message me, email me at rsprings32@gmail.com, okay? That's rsprings32@gmail.com. We are compiling a list of available attorneys from across the country. I'm speaking with the young lady on this week who reached out to me. I think this would have been Thursday, and she wanted to know if I had any attorneys that I could refer her to that are experienced in family law. So if that's you, you can email me at rsprings32@gmail.com, or you can simply message me on Facebook Messenger, and I will get back in contact with you, and we would love to add your name to our list, to our growing list. Also, if you are a private investigator, okay, listen to me, if you are a private investigator, message me at rsprings32@gmail.com. That's my email. Of course, you can message me through Facebook, through which most of y'all are going to be seeing this through. Because from time to time, when a family, when domestic situations happen and a child is being used as a pawn in the middle, for that family unit to get back together, sometimes it takes the aid of people who have caseworker experience or a private investigator who can validate things. So if you are a CSA, someone who is a caseworker, maybe you're retired from doing case working with child and family services agencies from across the country, and you want to get back into doing things, or you just see this as an opportunity to help out, again, email me at rsprings32@gmail.com, or you can message me through Facebook Messenger. We have a need for both of those services, because we have people calling us. We have people calling me personally, asking for referrals to people who are experienced in those particular services and fields. Okay, let's go to Georgia. Let's pull up the right image here for Georgia. Okay, pull up the right image for Georgia. Here we go. Some of y'all may not know about this just yet, because this just concluded a few hours ago here, there in Athens, Georgia. We just got it here just a little bit ago. But 9-month-old St. Griffin Jones, 9-month-old St. Griffin Jones was abducted. Was abducted last night. I think it said around 11:30, out of Athens, Georgia. The good news about little 9-month-old St. Griffin Jones, he has been found safe. Okay, he has been found safe, and this Amber Alert is now canceled out of Athens, Georgia. Georgia is unique when it comes to Amber Alerts. Here's why. Every state has the latitude to name its alert out of a special child in their state. Texas chose Amber, okay? Arkansas, right next door to Texas, chose Morgan Nick. Georgia is one of those states. Whenever an Amber Alert is issued, it is called the Levi's call. In some ways, it may go out as a Levi's call, or it may go out as an Amber Alert. It's still the same concept. Okay, so again, some of y'all may have gotten a notification of the Levi's call, which is the Amber Alert, as I have just stated. It is now over. It has been canceled, and the child has been found safe. Little 9-month-old St. Griffin Jones. The story behind this particular case is that the child was in the car. The child was in a car when the car was stolen. And shortly thereafter, the alert was issued, And let me just pull that up, see if I don't want to miss anything else on here. Okay, Georgia, let's go there. Okay. Police said, okay, here's the official report. It says, Amber Alert update out of Athens, Georgia. Update, police said the baby was found safe around 10:44 a.m. this morning inside the car. The child was still left inside the car. And I'm going to tell you, when somebody takes a car with a child in the car and they choose to just bolt from the car, because it is summertime and excessive heat could have killed that child in an instant. I mean, heat could have built up inside of that car to the point to where that child would have died. The person who stole that car could have been charged with murder. Could have very easily been charged with murder. But for the grace of God, when they found the car, they found the child still in the car, and the child has been reportedly found safe around 10:44 this morning. Police still do not have a suspect in custody. Police said that they were called to 1112 Live Oak Drive in Athens to check on a stolen vehicle incident at around 11:30 Friday night. They said someone stole a 2020 white Nissan Altima with Georgia license plate CRK 4471 from the driveway of the residence. 9-month-old St. Griffin Jones was inside the Altima when the car was stolen. And the good news today that I am able to report on this case is that authorities found the car and they found the child still in the car. And this is exactly how the Amber Alert works. A lot of times somebody will steal a car, they'll find out that a child is in the car, and they'll be like, hey, they listen to the radio, they get the signs. That's the thing about the Amber Alert. Whenever it is issued, it doesn't just go to all the good people, but to that one bad apple who stole the car and the child. He or she gets that alert too on their phones. So no doubt when the abductor learned that that this child was now the subject of a Amber Alert or of a Levi's call, he said, he decided, hey, I better get out of this car. I better get out of this car and leave this child in the car. And we see that happening. We see that happening across the country a lot. And so that is the dual good thing of an Amber Alert. Because listen to me, come here. When an Amber Alert goes out to the people in the community who are, they're getting it on their phones, they're getting it on their TVs, they're getting it on their radios, and so forth. It's saying, help us find this child. Help us look for this child. Okay? But what it also says to that suspect or to the person who took the child, what it also says to them is stop the madness. Stop while this child can be found. Okay? And stop and turn this child over, or leave this child in a safe place, or leave this child in the car in the middle of a street. Now here's the thing: when a suspect flees a car because he sees that a child is in the back seat of a car, he or she typically, they will flee the car where the car can be found. Okay, like you see a car with no driver at a red light. Okay, obviously people are going to be looking at that car and being mad at that car because that car is not, is not moving. And so oftentimes things like that happen. They will leave a child in the car in an area where the child can still be found. In some cases, we have learned and we have known that in some cases, they will leave the child in a car, watch the car from a remote area until the authorities get there and find the car, and they run on off and flee from the authorities. We've seen it happen on both ways, but I just want to just take the time and just share that with you. Next up, let's go to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. This is little 3-month-old Leila Rivera. 3-month-old Leila Rivera. An Amber Alert was issued Thursday evening, I believe it was, for little 3-month-old Leila Rivera. Leila was part of a domestic dispute that took place between the mother and the father of Leila, and we learned later that the mother-in-law was also mentioned in this report. Stated that the mother, who was the suspect in this case, the mother was smoking marijuana, and while she was intoxicated on marijuana, she forcefully took 3-month-old Leila from her husband. From her dad. I don't know what their marital status was, but she took the child from the dad by force. And then she went on to become aggravated, in this particular situation. She began fighting. Combative is probably the best word. Combative in this situation. She began fighting with the dad. She threw things at him and hit him. She hit him upside the head with some objects thrown at him from the house. And so authorities were called, and once authorities assessed the situation, they issued an Amber Alert there in OKC, Oklahoma City. Well, I am pleased to announce that both the mother and the the mother and the child, little 3-month-old Leila Rivera, they both have been found, and they were both found safe. The mother is now in custody in Oklahoma City jail, that last report. And it stated here, and I was just going down through the report, it stated here that the mother, get this, the mother who took the child, a lot of people say, oh, well, she was with her mother. What's the danger? Here's the deal. The mother who took the child, who is the suspect, she took the child and she had threatened to kill the child's father and the child's mother-in-law, or her mother-in-law. And so authorities had good reason to issue the Amber Alert. A lot of people say, they want to say, well, listen, why do y'all get involved with situations where it's clearly something going on there at the house? Why do y'all get involved with that? Because of situations like these. We don't want to see another child killed by his mother or his father. Okay? And so this 20-year-old mother, whom I'm not naming, but this 20-year-old mother had threatened bodily harm to the father and to the mother-in-law of the suspect. But thanks be unto God, once again, little 3-month-old Leila Rivera, she has been found, and she has been found safe. We pray for the mother that she will get the help and deliverance that is needed. I saw some of the comments and some of the statements from the family, and I believe that the family also wants her to get help as well. She has a lengthy criminal history. The mother does. And we just pray that she will get the help and the professional help that she needs. Next up, and this is our last report for this week. Some of you all may know about this case out of Canada. We have been watching this very closely, and right before we came on the air with this broadcast here, it's Saturday evening here as we are doing this broadcast now. It's about 10 minutes after 8. So about 3.5 hours ago, we started receiving notification out of Canada for a that there had been a resolution on this Amber Alert that had been active all week long out of Canada. And we don't have a lot of details right now. Things are still somewhat sketchy at this point. But here's what I can tell you. The 5-day search has come to an end. Okay? The 5-day search in Canada has come to an end. Police are only saying, here's what they're saying. They're only saying that they have located the child and the suspect. But they did not provide an update on the boy's condition. But here's what they did say. However, authorities in Canada this hour, as we are doing this broadcast here, authorities in Canada are asking the people of that particular community in Canada, they're asking people not to approach the area. That doesn't sound good. It says that they have found the child, the missing child that was being sought over the last 5 days, and they have found the suspect. They did not give an update on the child's condition or the suspect's condition. But they are asking people who are in that area not to approach that particular area. This is breaking right now all across Canada. It came across our wire here just before we got ready to do this particular broadcast, and we certainly wanted to share that with you. Listen, as we get ready to go, I want to weigh in on something, and I want to make all of our advocates aware, especially here in the United States. I want to make all of our child safety advocates aware of this situation in Texas. This new Texas abortion law, how will it affect how we search for missing females? Okay? How will this affect how we search for missing females? Because it will affect us. Make no doubt about that. It will affect us. Because as we get alerts and as we get information about females that are 19, 20, 21, 22, we get information about them that are missing, and it states that they are missing. Now we have to factor in this into our search. Are they really missing? Oh, or did they just take a trip because somebody found out that they were pregnant and they went to go and do something about it? Okay? We must now, as a child safety advocate, we must now adjust, okay? We must now adjust the way in which we search for missing females. And that further, like this, to me, that further complicates police efforts, because what you're going to see is the fact that police are not going to start searching for someone in that age frame, because they don't know that that person is truly missing. So they're not going to start using all of their resources until several days have passed. And then they'll start really looking in earnest. Yes, they'll take a report immediately, but will they start a search? Will they start putting information out? And this is really going to complicate matters a whole heap. Because I said 19, 20, 21, 22. But what happens if a 12-year-old pregnant girl, 13-year-old pregnant girl, 14-year-old pregnant girl, 15-year-old pregnant girl, okay, finds out that she's pregnant, and her granny or someone helps her to get a flight or a bus ride out of Texas in order to deal with the situation. What that does to us is that complicates it. It literally ties our hands as like me. I go all out, or some would say I go all in when I learned that a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old is missing. But now we have to pause and wonder, or police will have to ask the question, is it possible that that 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girl could have been pregnant and she got help to go out of state to deal with the situation, and we're going to give it a couple of more days and see if she turns up, to see if she comes back? Well, ladies and gentlemen, everything about the Amber Alert and everything about a missing person has to deal with time. When it comes to the Amber Alert and other missing persons alerts, time is the enemy. But this new proposed abortion law in Texas, oh yeah, make no mistakes about it. It, as I see it, and as I have examined the law and put it up against what it is that we do, it is going to slow down tremendously the way people search for the missing. You say, well, why would it slow down the way in which people search for the missing? Here's why. Because even though a police report may have been filed immediately, the alerts and the media blast concerning a missing person, you will not find out about it perhaps for days. Let's just say, okay, they give a couple of days to go out of town. There's 1 day to travel, 1 day to go to a clinic, another day, I guess, to heal, and then a 4th day to fly back. That could be 4 days. Now, if that's a legitimate situation, it could very well be. But what if that was not the case, and that young female was missing? It means then that we don't get out of the blocks for 4 days because of what could or could not be. So if it seems like I'm a little passionate concerning this, I absolutely am. As a pastor, do I agree with abortion? No, I do not. But when I see the far overreach of the stupidity of this Texas law, And when I sit down and when I look at how this law could cause your daughter not to be found as quickly as we could find her, your missing grandchild as quickly as we could have found her. Oh yeah, this thing throws a this thing. It hurts females in so many ways, and this is just one. Because if a missing female, if a person goes missing, and she is female, we're going to now have to factor that in. Was she pregnant? Has she gone out of town to deal with her pregnant situation? And at what point then, advocates, at what point then do we start looking? Okay? Hadn't quite figured that one out yet, but we're going to keep working on it. Thanks to the Travis County judge who threw skates under this law and has caused it to pause, at least for now, and until proper things could properly be addressed. So don't think, watch this, and I've told so many people this already, don't think this is just a Texas thing. It's not. This is an America thing, because what that law did, in essence, was deputize anybody in the country, okay, to snitch on a girl or a woman who perhaps was part of an unfortunate situation and is dealing with it the very best way that she can. So I'm not going to get on one side or the other. I'm just addressing how this will affect us as child safety advocates. I've been doing this for more than 2 decades now, okay? And never have I seen something that is a threat to slowing down how we look for missing females like this law does. Okay? We'll keep you posted. And if we see any changes in it, we see something else in it, we will absolutely get with you all and let you know. So it's been an interesting week. Okay, it absolutely has been an interesting week, as we just have to take and try to deal with things and try to adjust to things as they're given to us. Okay, and when it comes to our children, trust me, we, and I know others are the same, are all in when it concerns our children. And when I see something that is a threat, people say, well, where is the harm? Where this hasn't harmed anybody. People say, where is the harm? I'll tell you where the harm is, okay? The harm is when we can't, watch this. The harm is when, just see here, just 1 second here. Just one moment. Okay, here we go. There we go. People say, well, where is the harm? Here is the harm. The harm is when we cannot, what's this? I apologize, just 1 second here. People say, well, Pastor Charles, where is the harm? The harm is when a child who really needs our help may be delayed in getting our help. That's where the harm is. That's where the harm is. And the real harm is simply this. A female child could die because of a delay given by this Texas this Texas law. Think about that. We'll be in touch. We'll keep you posted. Once again, here are this week's Amber Alerts. Out of, let's see, this one was out of, what was that one out of? I believe that one was out of, okay, this one here was out of Oklahoma City. This one here was out of Oklahoma City. That one is out of Salt Lake City, Utah. That one is out of Georgia. Okay, it's out of Georgia. And again, the update for those of y'all who live in Georgia, that alert is now canceled as the child has been found, suspect still at large. Thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, my name is Pastor Charles Williams, and I'm the founder and the creator of the concept known and used all over the world today as the Amber Alert here in the United States of America, Amber Alert EU throughout all of Europe, and the Child Rescue Alert in other parts of the world. And this has been this week's Amber Alert in review. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.